Whoa, we're
Wow.
live.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
high five. All right, awesome. That's cool. So actually, that means.
I'm a mouse.
Easy rock, all right. Okay. All right, nice. So we could do this, and this would actually take the highlight.
Cool. Yeah.
It would. I think we could either save it just like that,
Mm-hmm.
or it would just take the highlight, or both. I don't remember which one. But hey, what happens if you put in a message? Can I put in a message? I'm gonna put in a message. This.
Sure.
Hi.
I mean, I think it'd be cool if we could combine something with something, you know?
Well, I mean, like you coloring and
Yeah.
just talking. That's combining something with something, isn't it? Is.
But you know what we can do? It's like, you know how like you do all the talking and I do the coloring and I sometimes ask questions and then in the end you come into aha.
Yeah, or something like that. But that's, I don't know. Some that could get pretty like a bit private, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I understand. It's like you just coloring, saying like, yeah, and then, all right, I
And
see.
just then question
Uh-huh.
about this.
Yeah. But other than that, it's like, uh-huh.
Exactly. So it's like,
But I think this is pretty nice. Like if you're just coloring and ooh, what the hell is this? If we're just coloring and talking.
oh, you know, it'd be cool if like you're coloring from this side and I'm coloring for this side, and then we only show this. You know, like it only shows here, and like this one, like you're doing this side and I'm doing this
That'll
side.
be fun, but I don't know if you'll be happy with the result because our coloring style is like totally different, right?
I have another coloring book like all about flowers that I don't mind if it's like totally like.
It could be that, or it could be just you coloring and like what we're doing right now, and we have like a wine glass somewhere around here, and it gets down little by little. You want some wine?
Okay. A little bit. I need to work out and like.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, you know, today, actually, yesterday.
is that a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's cool.
that's-
Thank you. I
Yeah,
got
that
some.
wasn't even in the screen.
No, oh yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, so I got some weights. I bought some new weights. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice. What are the weights for?
For my workout, so I could do better workout.
Okay, that's good to hear. When you gonna try them out today?
I tried them out on Tuesday,
All right.
and I have muscle sore, so it means it's working. So yeah.
It's what you want, right? But are you stretching as well? You have to stretch.
A little bit. No, I'm not really easy about it, but you know, I'm just doing it.
You gotta stretch to make your muscles beautiful, right? Because when you stretch, your joints. Um, maybe I got this wrong. Somebody could correct me through the comments later. But your joint somewhere it puts out this fluid, so your joints are more smoother,
Mm.
and you know, I mean, and just blood circulation becomes better.
Mm.
And if your muscles are less tense, that means your bones fit into the place where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it shiagariいい感じ.
So it's like a shiage. So exactly.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, just even 10 minutes. I mean, there's like, if you look it up on YouTube, there's like full body stretches.
Mm.
Or if you just only did your legs, let's say you went on a hike, right? Then you could do like stretches after hikes. Or,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, these days, like, because of Corona and everybody had to be inside, like yoga took off like so much more than it used to be. So like there's yoga for everything. Just like, oh, we're gonna put in a different vowel. No, not vowel. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting my grammar, my English grammar. About my goodness, why did that come out? What's the subject? Oh no, like
In a noun?
a noun. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna put a noun, just any random noun with yoga, and there you go. You have your whatever yoga, you know.
Oh. Apple.
Like yeah, apple yoga or like dog yoga or beer yoga, you know. Yoga this, yoga that, you know.
Okay, we'll do this game. That because we don't want to get too serious.
Yeah, sure. What's this game about?
I think you'll be really good at it. So like the game is that I will say two random things,
Right.
and they totally don't
Match.
they don't match. Like roll cake and a hammer or something.
Oh.
And you have to like somehow make it connect.
So for roll cake and hammer, I'll probably say like Japanese comedian television
Why?
because I don't know, like something to do with a hammer, and if you don't get it right, a roll cake gets you know like or you get a quiz. You take a quiz, and if you get it right, you get a roll cake. But if you don't, you get like a hammer to your nuts or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty Japanese, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like a proper like metal hammer, like an air hammer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But then you could say that for anything then. Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, the next game. Let's see if this one's easier. Let's make the warm up.
Well, because okay, right.
Okay. So the next game is more like is okay. What type of glue do you like? Do you like stick glue or like the liquid? Yeah.
glue. Oh, that's a really good question. So if I'm in a rush and I want to send out like an envelope, then I want stick glue. But if I want to play around and like flake off the glue from my fingers, I would want the liquid glue, which growing up you don't do these days. So I guess stick glue.
Okay. Question. So you have a letter. You want to send it, but you don't have glue. So you walk all the way to the the post office.
Right.
And then at the post office, there's two kinds of glues.
Right.
It's a stick glue, and there's the liquid glue. Which one will you
I
take?
choose the stick glue.
Why?
Oh, because like I just said, I mean it's less messy.
Oh.
It's just easier.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, I mean, if I didn't have glue and I went to the post office and if there was one or the other, I wouldn't care much as long as they let me use the glue. I mean, I'll be pretty happy to use glue. Well, what about you?
I like the security that the liquid glue brings. Like it's more secure, as in like it sticks more.
Oh, does it?
The stick glue, you could always kind of peel it off. It kind of feels like that, no?
I guess so, but you know, like with liquid glue, if you put on too much, you like the receiver gets like this really not nice envelope.
Ah, because it's like overflowing with glue.
Well, yeah, I mean it's already dried by the time it gets there, but it's like yeah, like shimiga deru. You know, you can see where the glue has dried. You know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess it does make more security if it was liquid glue than stick glue. You have a point. Mm.
Okay, next question.
Okay, so you would choose liquid glue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess you're an expert at gluing the envelopes without applying too much.
Yes, I am. How did you know?
Oh, because you chose liquid glue.
Okay, so he knows. So next question.
Right. So, uh, have you gone to the southern hemisphere yet?
Yes, I've been to Melbourne.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I've been to Morocco.
Morocco is the southern hemisphere? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's North Africa.
Alright, no.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, isn't North Africa? Isn't Africa like in the southern
Oh,
hemisphere?
yeah, actually. But Africa's pretty big, you know? Oh my God, yeah, you're right. Maybe you have what? Wait a second. So, like, Morocco is lower than where Malaysia is? Because, like,
No.
it's
Okay,
not, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, fine. I've
Africa,
been to Melbourne though. How about you?
no, I haven't. So I really want to go. Um, but if you were to go, all right, I totally forgot about Australia. Sorry, Australia. Um,
Hey,
if you were to go to South Africa or South America, which one would you go to?
South Africa or South America?
Yeah.
Oh man, it depends who I know there. Who am I gonna find there, or am I gonna find nobody?
I guess nobody, because do you know anybody there?
Uh, am I? I know somebody in South America.
Oh, okay. So you would choose South America.
Yeah, I have this friend who's in Paraguay.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. All right, okay. So you go places for the people.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, you know, because like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
it's I mean, of course you could have an awesome adventure on your own, but then when you do it on your own, which is great because you could do your own time and your own pace and
Right.
blah blah blah. But when you get there, you're like, oh man, I want to share this experience with somebody, you know?
なるほどね。まあそうだね。Like, ah, I guess so, but when you go it alone, you'll definitely meet somebody, I think. Like, in all
Yeah.
my trips. I mean, okay, the only time I did go without knowing anybody was like in Malaysia. But like, we asked, we already had a place ready for us to stay, but we didn't know it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like we were gonna stay at an island for a week or something, but we never met. You know,
Mhm.
had that, but yeah, usually me too. I'll go because there's friends. Um,
Yeah.
but if you think about it, like you do go with your friend, like at your base, like you make your friend's place a base, like for a while, but while you're riding the bus or while you're walking, don't you meet like random strangers that are also traveling or just walking to work or something?
Well, happens, yeah. There's times where I got so lonely when I was like traveling alone. I just went to a restaurant. I was like, okay, the next person I see next to me that's eating alone, I'll go and say, hey, you want to come and eat with me? And that's what happened. Yeah, and then we had a decent talk, and he was okay. But then he thought like I was hitting on him or something, or I don't know. He invited me to something else, but then I don't know. I felt creepy vibes. So I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Okay, bye.
I mean, why not? I mean, he has nothing to lose, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I would, if somebody, if I had nothing to do, yeah, I guess I would do the same. If I had to like go home and to wife and kids, then probably I would invite the girl.
Yeah, no, but he was traveling alone, obviously. He was
Oh, he was
obviously
also a traveler.
obviously a traveler, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. All right, cool. You had a good time.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, maybe then. I mean, that's a good gamble. Maybe next time you say, I know, who knows? Yeah, but it's one of these things, when you go out traveling.
You never know. You just have to go and do it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see.
exactly. Exactly. Of course, you gotta have your street smarts with you. You can't just go with anybody.
Yeah, of course.
Well, overall, I've realized that, like, overall, people are friendly and good. They're not evil and horrible people. I mean, you might meet somebody who wants to sell you something now and then, but and regardless of what he's selling or she's selling, they're just doing business, And
It's not personal, it's just business.
yeah, it's not personal, I mean, they're not trying to sell your liver or anything like that, right? I mean,
Not yet.
yeah, they're just trying to make ends meet, or like that's their living, Um, but I never got somebody like pointing a gun to my head or have a knife and ask me for my wallet. Like maybe I just haven't gone to those places.
Oh, you don't look like the type either.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are you gonna take from me?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like
I purposely wear the most worst clothes ever, like the most worst um style. Like I looked more poor than the Philippines when I was there.
yeah, that's good. And you told Lorraine to not wear makeup, right?
Yeah.
And first she was like, "Why?" No, or did
No,
she
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
"Oh, okay." She was
No.
like, "Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, sure."
Yeah, I think so. When we went to Europe, though, she's like, I kind of want to wear shoes now. And I kind of want to wear makeup now when we're walking the street. And I
Yeah,
was like, why? None of them wear makeup either. Like, I mean, okay, maybe they do, but not so much.
but it's a pretty city. You want to look. See, that's the thing. You want to look prettier when it's a pretty place. It's weird psychology, and
You know about the broken window effect?
what is this broken window effect? No, tell me.
So I think it was in Chicago, I think. And they did this experiment. Uh, how they they did this experiment where they would make sure that no windows on this horrible street would be left uh, with a crack, which means they would repair the windows as soon as it gets a crack.
Right.
Uh, so they went to the street with a lot of like violence and gangs and just crime, and yeah, since America has guns, you have a lot of broken windows. So what they did is they fixed all the windows, and every time it broke, somebody like threw a rock or like shot somebody up, and like a stray bullet went through a window. They'll fix the window, and eventually people start behaving more good to each other.
Oh, okay. That's sort of all right. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's called the broken window test or the broken window effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Wikipedia somewhere. I don't know how I got onto it, but it was something to do with design. Design and psychology are very close.
That's so cool. So which means if one person kind of like shapes up in a certain way, that will affect everybody else.
Yeah, but it also works the other way around.
Yeah, the negative is more strong. It's stronger.
Well, because it's easier. I mean, it does take effort to improve.
Yeah,
Um,
it does. Yeah.
yeah.
But it makes an effect sometimes, some way or another.
But yeah, I mean, it's very contagious, I think. Yeah, so that's, yeah, I guess you just have to start with your own garden and with your own house. That's the best way. Or with your own room.
Yeah.
Or like with your own bed for starters. That's,
Yeah.
Actually, that's where it does start, from your own bed.
Did you see Dad and Mom cleaning up did you see the other rooms recently? They're actually nice and clean now.
I did. I have actually. And I could feel that there's a lot of work put into it.
Yeah, and I didn't do it. It was Mom and Dad did it.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
And Dad's room is cleaner now.
Yeah, I saw that. Mom's
Yeah.
And you know the way she says it, right? She says it as if this is like she whispers to you, right? Like, this is like, this is like really heavy stuff. It's like really like
don't scare it away or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's like it's like a conspiracy theory that's gonna come out or something.
Oh yeah.
This is like what is that word? Top secret kind of thing.
Mm.
This is just a secret between you and I kind of thing, Well,
And then you saw the floor.
I saw the
bathroom.
floor. Yeah, it was a clean room, and it's still got a lot of stuff, but
Yeah, it's more.
he's working on it, and that's what matters.
It's more functional as well.
I guess so. Yeah, I think so. It's a pretty big room. I don't remember that room being so small when Dad was in it.
Oh no, he made it small.
I know, but like I don't remember. Like I used to remember that room used to be pretty big, actually.
It is big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit too big, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm happy that they're working towards
Yeah.
they're just clearing levels little by little.
Yeah, bit by bit, and that's all we could ask sometimes. That's all we could ask for.
It's strange. The older you get, the more appreciative you get.
That means you're growing as an older person because there's some people that stay, that stay bitter. Like I was really bitter for a good half of my 20s.
Well, same with me.
Yeah, exactly. So that means we're growing.
I mean, growing sweeter because
Yeah.
some people never grow out of that bitterness.
Yeah, no, so it's true. Some people don't. So
You could sometimes you meet these like really shriveled up old ladies or old men, and you can really see that they have really seen a lot of hurt and darkness. But like, who hasn't?
yeah, and sometimes it creeps back up on you, and I'm like, something happens, and I'm like, oh yeah, that time. Oh my goodness,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's already happening to me already because like, someone's like saying, okay, first of all, you tell your managers and stuff that like just tell them thank you and that. But right now you can handle it. And so I was like, oh, like today, oh, I wonder what my managers are thinking of me now, and like all sorts of things.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I know. I get that. What I'm practicing right now is, Alfred Adler. He's the like philosopher, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, Nietzsche was the god in the philosophy, or like his style was just the base of everything.
Right.
And he kind of broke away from that, and he made his own method. And I don't know, it's a bit more simple, and I haven't really looked it entirely up, so I can't tell you much. But one of the things he states, it's like, okay, the biggest one of the biggest things that is causing you suffering is that you're comparing yourself with somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. And for most people, they're like, oh no, like for me, oh no, I'm not doing that, But then sometimes you catch yourself actually doing it.
Mm.
Yeah. And for me, just actually catching myself doing that was kind of liberating in a way, because then it's more like your decisions that you want to make or the goals you have becomes more clear to you. You know what I mean? Because when you're comparing yourself to somebody else,
yes,
your goal, like let's say, okay, somebody has a car, right? Like your next door neighbor has a car, and you go, I want a better car than his.
right,
because you're comparing, right?
right.
But like but that might not be something you actually want. It's just a response to yourself comparing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I find that pretty interesting. Like, it just makes figuring out what you want to do in life easier.
It's like, hey, do I really, really want that?
Yeah. I that's different from inspiration or getting reference. You read somebody's testimony in life,
And you're like, hey, I want that too.
or I want that too, or it's like, wow, that really resonates.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to try it out too, not because it's them, it's because it kind of, I don't know how to explain it well, but it's like that's something that your heart wants to do. Most people, I think, they 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 want to they try to figure it out with their head too much.
Not with their heart.
I guess so. I mean, there's something wrong with calculating, but I don't know. With my experience, it doesn't really turn out so well. And even if it does turns out it does turn out the way you calculated it, and for me, like it's not very satisfying.
Hmm. Maybe.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
But yeah, I think
Yeah. Can I have some of your water?
sure.
Yeah, when I mean some, I mean like all.
Okay. Well, it depends.
Oh, hey, Nick is like, wow, you guys are doing live.
Cool. Hey, question from our greatest fan.
Right.
Okay, question for you. How does it feel like to not be famous?
It feels great, actually. What kind of question is that? Like I've been famous before.
Okay, yeah, hey, imagine being famous and then imagine not being famous anymore. Which one's more screwed up? Or is it just as the same as being, screwed up? Where, first of all, yeah, I need to finish up in about 20 minutes.
Wait. Okay, sorry. I was kind of listening, but not really listening.
I know.
Just give me a second. I have to. All right, sorry. Go.
Which one will screw up your psyche or your your mental even more? If you was born famous
Right.
because you're a kid of some two famous whatever
Right.
athletes or movie star,
Right.
and then you suddenly not famous anymore, or you
Right.
were like really poor, and then you suddenly get famous.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, and the trick is you didn't work hard for either of them. Even if you're really poor and you suddenly get famous, you didn't work hard for it.
I don't know, but I guess. But okay, so you're saying.
The question is, which one would screw you up more?
Yeah, would wealth or poverty screw you up more?
No, I mean the fact that it suddenly changes,
Yeah, so a wealthy person or a person of fame loses everything and goes to poverty, or uh,
Or a person of wealth.
no,
A person of poverty, like it's a jackbox. It gets the yeah.
Well, I read this book that people gave to me, and What's it about? What its title was. It was titled Think Right. Uh, Something like that. Thinking Right or something like that. And uh, wait, do you want my opinion first?
However you would like to.
Okay, so in the book, science has data that found that uh, people who, let's say, lost a loved one or lost someone very close to them, uh, of course, their happiness drops.
Right.
But it doesn't stay there, and it usually comes back up to normal after 2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And on the contrary of that, a couple, let's say, that bought their dream house, their happiness goes up, and that it stays like that for like average 2 to 3 months.
Right.
And then after that, it goes back down.
Wait, so that's about the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be like I wouldn't know which one would screw your psyche up more. But according to that data, it would be the same. So
Oh, okay.
it would be the same. But what would the book ends with this? Like, so the entire time, this guy, he's like he could calculate which stocks would fall and which stocks would rise, and he's or he'll calculate he'll lay it out for you like, okay, which universe, like everybody going to this university wants to get into this certain job, this certain
Right.
occupation, like 98% of them would get into that occupation. I mean, wants to get there, but only 2% wants to go in somewhere else. Like, what are the odds? Like, is the 98%, and he'll conclude things like, well, maybe the 2% that wants to get a different job from the 98%, their odds would be better because 98% of the school is trying to get the same job. So
Right.
the entire time he's saying out these calculations, and give me a second.
I need to go and.
Moshi moshi. Hello. Hello. He's not talking. Okay, so in the end, he ends the book with a sad person, no matter what happens, is going to be sad. And a happy person, no matter what happens, he'll be happy. So it's kind of like you choose who you want to be.
Okay. So, So it doesn't matter what the environment is, although it can affect.
It does affect. Obviously, of course, it affects.
But in the end, you choose where your baseline is. Then, hey.
Yeah, I mean, according to that book, yeah, that's where it ends. So if the really wealthy person became poor, but he was just a happy-go-lucky person, he would still be happy. I mean, yeah, sure, he might not be able to drink the champagne that he used to, and be, or she, but if he or she was happy, then he would find the goodness in life somehow, and he would go on being happy. On the contrary, but this is with that theory, okay? I don't know. I'm just talking in theories now. But yeah, on the contrary, if the poor person all of a sudden became wealthy, was just a person that would complain about everything, then he probably won't be so happy even if he struck gold.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. So it is the like both sides. Okay, interesting. Both sides does influence each other, your mindset and the environment.
Yeah, and both has its merits and demerits. For example, when you're wealthy, you could actually become a bit lazy. Like your habit starts deteriorating.
If you let it, yeah.
If you let it, yeah, and because
You can.
you can't, yeah. And when you're poor, yeah, okay, maybe you have to live hand to mouth, but your brain is just it's running 120% to
To stay alive.
to stay alive, one, but also it's like it could be more focused, it could be more driven, uh and so
And more disciplined because
yeah,
it just
yeah,
has to be. It doesn't have a choice.
I guess so. Yeah. So um I think happy people still keep these values regardless of what their bank account says.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I'm not even close to there. And but I do I can conclude though from the experiences I've had and with meeting with other people and myself is that yeah, happy people are contagious. And
So are negative people, no?
yeah, yeah, but if you're happy with them, no matter what your area or what that place is, that place will welcome you again.
Yeah, so, ne?
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't because uh, the frequencies just do not match.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but
Because you're too happy or you're too sad.
yeah, or they're too sad, or their happiness is just a bit different. There's uh, humans are just a very complex. Life is just very complex.
Mm.
Um, but
Hmm.
but if you were to remember which one, like let's say you were like so for me, I was at a share house and
Hmm.
people would come and go, right? The ones that I would remember the most were obviously the ones that I've spent more time with, but it was also just the happier ones in general.
One that made you laugh.
Yeah, yeah. And um the ones that actually sometimes come out, but I don't like to talk about it, and so they don't. Are the are the assholes? Are the
Yeah.
yeah? Are the not so happy ones? The ones that aren't uh, out there to be happy and to share happiness.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, so you somewhere,
yeah,
that type of people.
yeah. Sure.
All
So
right.
I guess we're gonna wrap it up. Now.
Yeah, well, that sums it up for this time. Everybody, thank you for joining. We'll try these things again.
Yeah,
See
maybe
what
next
happens.
coloring time,
Next coloring time.
and maybe we could try to do it in Japanese. We'll see how better
We'll
how horrible
see.
our
I mean,
pronunciation
it
is.
could be a good Japanese like practice time because we need to. Because if you don't use it, it just gets worse.
But I think sometimes like it could be half, half and half.
Half and the half.
Yeah, because like I'm actually forgetting my English a lot.
So,
Yeah.
no.
And so like whatever words come out wins. So it could be in Japanese or in English. That's the beauty of being bilingual.
You could do the opposite. If whatever words come out, you have to like try to work hard to make it in Japanese or the other language.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. We could try doing that.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Till next time.
Mata ne.
Mata ne.
Okay, and wait, what did it say? And does it say something to do with highlight? Yeah, you can put it up. 終了。終了。